Massive breaking news coming out of Carrington this afternoon with Chelsea attempting to sign Kobbie Mainoo. Before we get into that though, please do me a small favour and subscribe to the channel, bottom right hand corner, and make sure to like the video. Let's try and see 500 likes on this episode. Now, I want to start the show off by asking you a question, and it's a hypothetical one, but if Manchester United were to sell Kobbie Mainoo to Chelsea, how much is Kobbie Mainoo worth in the current transfer market? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll bring you the news story and then I will give you my opinions on Kobbie Mainoo and also my opinion on what his value is worth. So this story is coming in from Chris Wheeler, who obviously reports for a couple of different newspapers here in the UK. He seems to be relatively reliable around the club, and from what I've heard, he does get his information from Manchester United directly, so make of that what you will. But the headline is this, that apparently Kobbie Mainoo is not convinced by the project at Manchester United. I mean, can you really blame him? We're 13th in the Premier League. We're not going to be in the Champions League next season. We're not in the Champions League this season. It's not great, is it? So that's what's coming out from Chris Wheeler. He also goes on to say that Kobbie Mainoo is thought to be in a stalemate over a new deal at United. He currently has 2 years left on his current contract. Now, the story also goes on to say that apparently Kobbie Mainoo is asking for £200,000 a week to sign a new contract at Manchester United. How does everyone feel about that? £200,000 a week for Kobbie Mainoo. I don't know. I need to be careful with this one because he currently earns $20,000 a week, which obviously is not right. That's way too low. I would agree with that 100%. But I think £200,000 a week sounds like a lot to me. Now, I know people will be like, oh, but Anthony's on 200 grand a week. What about Rashford? What about Casemiro? Those three players are going to go. Casemiro is going to go in January, probably to Saudi. Marcus Rashford looks like he's going to leave. Anthony looks like he's going to leave as well. So we can't just continue with this whole narrative that just because Casemiro earns 300 grand a week, then Kobbie should be on 200 grand a week. If Casemiro stays for the next 2 years, then obviously Kobbie Mainoo should be on 350, whatever. 200. But the point I'm making here is we need to sort our wage bill out. You look at some of the players that we've got on our team, right? You've got Anthony on 200 grand a week. You've got Rashford on 300 grand a week. And you've got Casemiro on 350 grand a week. Those three players shouldn't be here anymore. It's as simple as that. When you go down to the next kind of load of players below that, Manuel Ugarte's on 120,000 a week. I mean, that feels like more like the region that Kobbie Mainoo should be on personally, around 100 to 150 maybe. But at the same time, I'm not throwing shade on Kobbie Mainoo. If I was Kobbie Mainoo, I'd be sat there saying, I'm playing every single game for Manchester United. I'm an England international who played in the Euros final, and I'm earning 20 grand a week. And Casemiro, who can barely run and never plays, is on 350 grand a week. So I'm not, I don't blame Kobbie Mainoo. If I was him, I'd ask for 200 grand a week. I might even ask for 250 grand a week. But the point that I'm making here is Man United need to try and sort their wage bill out, and giving Kobbie Mainoo at the age of 19, 200 grand a week doesn't make that much sense to me personally. Obviously, based on our current wage bill, it does make sense because, why is he on 20 grand and Casemiro on 350 grand? But the point I'm trying to make here is we need to get rid of these higher earners and we need to start again. But going back to the story from Chris Wheeler and, the little bit about Chelsea. So this is coming out from Chris Wheeler. Last couple of minutes, he says that Chelsea are now leading the race to sign Kobbie Mainoo. This was a breaking news story that dropped a couple of minutes ago. And the reason for this is because apparently Manchester United can't agree a new contract with Kobbie Mainoo. He wants 200 grand a week. Man United aren't willing to pay it. And Manchester United are apparently also aware that if they were to sell Mainoo, it would be 100% profit. And it would massively help their profit and sustainability PSR issues, which obviously does make sense. And the story also goes on to say that Kobbie Mainoo is obviously aware that players like Casemiro, Rashford and Anthony are earning 200, 300, 350k a week. Obviously, each one of them earns a slightly different amount of money. The story also says that Kobbie Mainoo is believed to be concerned over the direction of the club and his chances of playing Champions League football, with Ruben Amorim's side currently in 13th place. And then it says that Manchester United's financial problems and struggle to comply with profit and sustainability, under which homegrown players are worth roughly 4 times as much as other players, has made this situation a reality. So it's not really something that I wanted to ever have to talk about, to be honest. Kobbie Mainoo leaving Manchester United, and I think it would be an absolute disaster. But For argument's sake, let's try and have the conversation of how much is Kobbie Mainoo worth in this current market, okay? Manchester United paid £70 million for Rasmus Højlund, who was, I think, about the same age. He was 19, 20. And let's be honest, Rasmus Højlund is not on the level of Kobbie Mainoo. Obviously, they play in different positions, but if I said to you that you could have Kobbie Mainoo or Rasmus Højlund, every single one of you would pick Mainoo, wouldn't you? Without a shadow of a doubt. So for me personally, if Chelsea genuinely want him and genuinely are trying to sign him and Kobbie Mainoo is interested in leaving, I'd be asking for nearly 100 million, I think. And people will be like, haha, 100 million, you're having a laugh. We gave Chelsea, was it 60 million for Mason Mount at the age of 25? Yeah, we gave them 65 million euros for Mason Mount. I'd say to them, we don't want to let Mainoo go. He's got 2 years left on his deal. If you want him, he's going to cost you £100 million. Take it or leave it. I would still be absolutely gutted if Man United did this, to be honest with you. I'm just going to say that from the off. But if you actually want to have this conversation and we want to look at how much a player is worth in the current market, obviously you have to understand that the team that are interested are Chelsea, who throw money around like it's confetti. And, you know, some of the fees that they've paid for some of their players are absolutely laughable, you know? I would even, I would say to them, give us Cole Palmer in exchange, but they're obviously never going to do that. I mean, look at what they paid for Moises Caicedo. I mean, he's a prime example, right? They signed him 2 years ago at the age of 21, and they paid Brighton 116 million euros. Who was better 2 years ago? Moises Caicedo at Brighton or Kobbie Mainoo at Manchester United? I'd say Mainoo. So yeah, me personally, I wouldn't sell Kobbie Mainoo, but if they genuinely want to buy him, if there is this genuine interest, which is being reported today, I'd be saying any player has a price. His price is 100 million. Take it or leave it. That's what I would say. Not 50, not 60, 100 million. Whether or not Manchester United will actually sell this player, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it's not really what we wanted to be talking about, is it? We want to be talking about buying players, not selling players. And, you know, I can understand why they want to get rid of Rashford. They want to get rid of Casemiro. They want to get rid of Christian Eriksen, like Lindelof. I understand that. Those players all need to leave the club. They're on far too much money. They're not performing. And they're literally just here to get a paycheck. Whereas Mainoo is our future. He's from the youth academy. And I know people will say, Rashford's from the youth academy. But Rashford's checked out. He doesn't want to be here anymore. He wants to leave. That's fine. Let him go. But, I mean, if what Chris Real is saying is true, then supposedly Kobbie Mainoo doesn't believe in the project either. And he wants out. Which isn't great, is it? But at the same time, can you really blame him? We're 13th in the Premier League, out of the Carabao Cup. We're not going to get Champions League football next season, probably, unless we win the Europa League. Unless we win the Europa League. So you can't really blame him. But obviously, it is really disappointing to see a story like this. When I was hoping that at the moment we'd be talking about buying players, we're instead talking about Chelsea potentially buying one of our star players, which is pretty mental. But obviously, yeah, I'm very interested to see what you guys all think about this story. Would you sell Kobbie Mainoo? And if you did, what is his value to you? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Because at the moment, Man United can't agree a new deal with him. Amad Diallo is apparently about to be announced as signing a new contract, so that's positive. But at the moment, it doesn't look like Mainoo's going to sign the contract. He's not happy with the money that he's been offered. He wants more. He wants 200 grand a week. And apparently Man United aren't willing to pay it. So we'll wait and see how this one progresses. But anyway, I'm going to wrap the video up here, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to drop a like on the video before you leave. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And get in the comment section and let me know your thoughts on this bit of breaking news. Thank you very much for joining me. This has been Daily Red Devil. And I'll speak to you all in the next one. Bye for now.